Hey there, true believers, Rain Kisaragi I be with more Let's Play Etrian Odyssey 3, the Seafaring video. No, not that accent now, I'm sorry. Anyway, yes, we're at the Seafaring video this time. We're going to be exploring the sea to go to that lighthouse that we saw, which that's not where the lighthouse is. Let's set sail with our biscuits, because we need the biscuits. That's not the right button. There we go. Figuring out the buttons again. So let's go to sail up from Armoroad. I've grinded a bit, but we'll cover that later. Anyway, the very first thing we need to do here out on the sea is do that to fill out the rest of the map thing. We need to go north 3, and we can actually fish here too. Very nice. But let's draw this little island here, assuming I can. Perfect. Take the little house, put it right there, and we'll disembark. No, that's not the right button. After boarding your ship and setting sail from Armoroad, you come across a small island. Through your spyglass, you can see Marines from Armoroad gathered around, seemingly hard at work. But they're not. They're just pretending. You can disembark here and talk to them, or continue on your way. We need to disembark. A seaman who watched you disembark addresses you. Well, guess what we're here for? You explain that you need dried peas to reach the lighthouse. Yeah, handy. Fair enough. You thank the seaman for his dried peas and return to your ship. Sweet, we got dried peas. Very cool. Next thing we need to do, go up here. You discover a small deserted island just ahead of your position north of Armoroad. You mark the island on your map and attempt to set sail when the trees suddenly sway. Something may be nearby. You wonder if you should stop to investigate or continue sailing. Disembark? Yes. You disembark and come across a flock of Armoroad sheep with brown wool and spiral horns. From the rear of the flock, you hear the unexpected voice of a man. Yes. An old man emerges from behind the flock. It seems he lives on this island as a shepherd. He explains that the sheep's pen has deteriorated and he needs good cedar wood to fix it. The old man asks if you can bring back some Armoroad cedar found west of the Ocean City. You make note of his request in your logbook, though you can't be sure when you'll get to it. Well, I'd say we should go get to it right now, as a matter of fact. Let's go ahead and draw this little section. And he gets a big tree. Let's go ahead and put the big tree. And we have to return. So our provisions have to return to town. And we covered our cost. So that's always good. Covering cost is always good. Now, we need to equip the peas, which are very expensive, but give us extra turns. 2 extra turns for double the cost. That's kind of crap, but we do need to do this. So we will go ahead and do this. Now, from here, we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 west. And we can fish here as well. We need to go south. Can fish along the way, no penalty in that. Go to that. Let's go ahead and mark these reef. Is it reef or is it reefs? I'm never sure. I'm going to go ahead and say reefs, though, because it's probably very wrong. And that's that, and it continues back there. I think it goes like that, I think. But we can check here. With the ocean wind in your sails, you discover a coniferous tree growing along the southern coast. Looking closely, you see there are Armoroad cedars, well known to yield good quality lumber. If you like, you may cut one down. Cut one down? Well, I mean, the sheep guy needed one, so sure. Each of you takes a saw in your hands and sets to work felling the tree. After it comes down with a crash, you load it onto your ship and return to your voyage. Armoroad cedar, very nice. And we'll just return to town. Now we can sell our fish and sell the cedar. We made money that travel. Very, very nice. Let me actually draw this as well before I forget. Pretty pretty sure that's how that's going to look. Now, we don't need the P's anymore, so we can cut corners this time and not use the P's. So we're not. But, because of that, we do need to go back up to the, the sheep place. So let's go ahead and back up to the sheep. With the Armoroad cedar loaded onto your ship, you return to the small island inhabited by sheep. On delivering the wood, the wood to the old shepherd, he thanks you and gives you a small bag as a reward. Inside is a hunk of sheep cheese, a delicacy beloved of sailors on long voyages. You thank the old man and leave out in search of more unmapped regions to explore. Very nice. Sheep cheese. Yay. Now the sheep cheese is really, really, really good move. It just takes way too much. So, but we do need to use the cheese to do stuff. So, well, unfortunately, we do need to use the cheese. Now, there's more things for us to do here. We actually can go to the lighthouse now, but the sheep cheese is incredibly expensive, so we're not going to want to keep shilling out 70 N to pay for this crap every time we need to go out in the ocean. So we're going to find a better alternative, and to do that, we need to head east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's an island here. Sailing with the southern winds at your back, you reach a small island. The island is small enough for a child to walk across in a day and would be easy to investigate. If you like, you may land here and explore. Always explore. It's always helpful. As you disembark, the vivid tropical flowers put you in mind of some island paradise. You can investigate this area near the flowers or go further into the island. Investigate the area? Yes. Having decided to investigate the area, you start strolling about. As you enjoy the sweet smell of the flowers, you feel an itchy sensation at your feet. The itch soon turns into an unbearable stinging pain. You hastily remove your boots. Poisonous ants, known as bull ants, are swarming all over your feet. The intense pain causes you to flee, but not before gathering some bull ants to take back. Nice. They're a trade item. And they're missable. Well, missable if you don't do that. But why would you not? Let's go ahead and spin around to do all that. Then we need to go... Oh, I actually did that the wrong way. Hopefully that doesn't bite me. I have notes for this, by the way. This sea travel thing. I have notes. I just made a wrong move, so hopefully that doesn't bite me. Yeah, I'm gonna miss one thing over here, but that's fine. We can come and do this again. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, unfortunately we missed a thing, but we'll come back and get that. It's easy enough. And we'll use this one because it has 2 rocks on it. And we'll go ahead and mark on here. And that's going to go like that. Looks like we just got trees everywhere. Our map is going to come along, don't worry. It'll stop looking like absolute crap eventually. And we have 2 reefies. I said reefies, by the way, not something else right there. But we need to check this island. With your sails billowing in the wind, your ship arrives at a small island. A middle-aged woman spots your ship and flags you down. The lady who comes from Armoroad asks you to try her new batch of raisins, which are freshly dried. You pop one in your mouth and are met with a sublime mix of sweet and tanginess. You tell her that the raisins are delicious. She seems pleased and gives you a large bag of them. The raisins would be perfect for maintaining your sugar intake on long voyages. You thank the woman profusely and take the raisins back to the ship. Raisins! Yay! We have to return home. But we got the ants, so we at least mitigated some of the cost, right? Now, the raisins are a much better item, and we're going to be using these most of the time for most adventures. So that's why we got the raisins. Now let's go ahead and set sail, because there is one thing we missed, as I said. This time, we're not going to miss it. Small fish has taken effect. You found a new school of fish. Neato. I'm not going to get to any of them. Nope. Alright. Yep, we're just going to go this way. Right back where we came from, but we're going to do one other thing first. Do one other thing. Where we go? South. Carefully plying the roof stream waters east of Batavia. We don't know where that is yet. You spot the remains of a shipwreck. As you look more closely, you can see several crates, likely cargo from the ship, floating nearby. You can salvage the crates if you wish, or proceed on your way without doing anything. Yes, why would you not salvage them? You jump into the ocean and begin bringing the crates back to your ship. After recovering all the crates you can find, you pick one and open it. You discover the box is full of black pepper seeds, a high-quality spice as valuable as gold. This brightens your mood considerably, and you have the crates carefully stowed aboard. Nice. When we've done that, let's head back home. With that, that's why we wanted to do that. Lots and lots and lots of money. Very, very nice. There's a couple really handy things here, like that, basically. And the thing we want to do now... I think we want to go to the lighthouse now, actually. So we need to equip a 16-turn food, which we have, and set sail. Now, we're actually going to get to the lighthouse now. We're going to finish this first mission, and then there's some optional things we're going to do after the fact. But we're going to do this first. To do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're not quite here. But we can draw this out. And this goes here. Then there's currents. This one is here. That one looks like it's going that way. And this one's got one behind it. Okay, well, we did that. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's an island we can look at, and we probably will, as I draw lines too far, as I do. I am still Rain. I am being competent, sort of, but I am still Rain. Your ship nears one of many islands that surround Armoroad. It's a featureless island, but on close inspection, you see something that is washed ashore. It looks like one of the dolphin statues that were once attached to fishing vessels for luck. Thinking that it may prove useful, you decide to salvage it and return to Armoroad. Yay, dolphin statue! Very cool. Now we need to go north 2. Now this is where things get treacherous. You see that whirlpool there? That will kill us instantly if we run into it. So let's go ahead and not run into it. Generally a good idea, right? I think we're gonna look like this. And this has a path that goes down, there, and down, and then it goes away. It looks like it goes down again and just takes us miles away, so let's not do that. But we're going to need to go do this into the current. Let's go ahead and mark all these nifty little things around here. We can still kill ourselves in this whirlpool. We will not be. Or placing it on the map, for that matter. Okay. And we'll put that there. This takes us out of here. That pushes us back into there, and up there is one that pushes us into that, which pushes us into that and kills us. But we're right here. Mission complete! With time to spare. Your ship finally reaches the lighthouse, feared by many through the nest of monsters. After noting its location, which none have dared near for over 100 years, you return to Armoroad. The day of Armoroad's return to glory is now one step closer. Damn right it is. All because of Guild Crimson. We are the best at everything. Yep, we're certainly good. Well, let's certainly hope. A foremast, very nice. The foremast is useful in certain situations. We'll be using it when we have to, because I don't personally like it that much. By equipping a foremast, the ship's moving distance will always be +1 space, so you move 2 squares for every 1 turn of movement. It's tricky sometimes, and we get $500, so very nice. Take out the monster bird there. Well, he just keeps coming back indefinitely, so, I mean... And we probably will later, but not right now. This is the Seafaring video, you see. Requests called Sea Quests can be accepted at the port. Yes, there's more quests. These quests can be played by connecting to other players and cooperating with them, or by using AI. If you're attempting the quest alone, bring the adventurers who issued the request to the port. Try selecting a sea quest from the menu to see what you think. Later, not now. Later. But we do need to set sail, because there are still things for us to do. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So, what do you guys think of the sea missions here? I'm actually quite a fan. They're quite fun. I've found... what is it? I lost my place. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Hello. You see a small group on an island near Armoroad fishing with a net. I don't know why they're fishing with her. She's very useless at it. They claim to live on this island and fish whenever they feel craving for seafood. The islanders offer to let you try using the casting net, since the sea nearby is thriving with fish. Your first duty is to draw your sea chart, but the fishing net does seem enjoyable. Agree to try it. You decide to learn how to fish with a net. Ellipses. It isn't too long before the islanders are bowled over by your quick grasp of the technique. The islanders praise your skill and give you a casting net to commemorate your meeting. Should you ever have a chance to fish in the future, the net will surely allow for a larger haul. You thank the islanders and board your ship again. Nice. Casting net. It's handy for when you want to grind money out on the high seas. Drew went too far. We'll use the little head there. Perfect. It actually went to the correct spot. Then trees, and it looks like trees and trees. So we'll just go trees and trees. We'll erase that extra line because it's not what we need. But we found that. Let's see. What can we do now? We can do 1. And we'll go ahead and mark those. Boop. And boop. Okay. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we have the other of that. That connects that, and I think it's just that, I think. If I'm wrong, well, never mind. But this is where we're actually after. 2x2 island. Go ahead and put these little indicators down real quick. You reach a small tropical island covered with dense thickets of mangroves. You look closely and you can see a large orange-colored fruit hanging in the tree boughs. If you are interested, you may pick the fruit. Yes. You take a robot out to the island and yank one of the fruits off the branch. It is about the size of a human head and are covered with thorns. The sweet smell is making you hungry. When you try it, you are disappointed to find out that the flesh is only slightly sweet. However, since you come all this way, you decide to take some fruit back to the ship. The screw pine fruit. Cool. Nifty. And we can sort of trace around. And that is how it looks. Okay, cool. I thought it was, but, you know. Yeah, we made money that trip, so we can't be too upset. There's a couple more things that we need. This video might go a little long, but there's a couple more things for us to do. Alright. Okay, we can do that, and we actually probably should do that. Back to the lighthouse, because there's things for us to do there. And yes, we have to go this way, because the bird still attacks us if we go the other way. Okay, we can't do that yet. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. We can't do that yet. We have to do one of the quests first. Damn it! Alright, that was a waste of money. That was my bad completely. But we can go ahead and do this instead. Still 2 things for us to do. Just gonna go north. The night wind blows in your hair when you notice a bluish-white light at the mast tip. Nautical folklore refers to this as the fire of Helena, and fear it as an omen of storms. This puts you in a gloomy mood as you continue your voyage. Lame. Well, that's fine though. We don't need that many moves anyway. Go ahead and plot out these reefs, whatever. I think we got 3 here. And we got an island. That's 2 by... That's a 2, it looks like. We got that. We got more reef. Like there and there. And we have a current, which we're gonna follow, by the way. It's at least that. Don't know much about it, but it's at least that. And it stretches a little higher up than that, but that's fine. And we map everything. These aren't the right kind of trees, but I don't care. It's still 3 trees. It's whatever. You arrive at the plain-looking island in a good distance from Armoroad. It's likely unnamed. You are about to pass it by without a second glance when Heather lets out a shout. Heather excitedly says that there is a barrel wedged in a crevice in the cliffs. You use a telescope to take a closer look, and indeed you see a barrel as Heather claimed. Thank you, Heather. If you are interested in the barrel, you are free to recover it. Sure. You disembark from the ship and head towards the crevice in the cliff face. You reach the cliff and find more barrels stacked together behind the first. You open one and discover a crystalline stone known as niter, a material used for gunpowder. Another ship must have stowed the shipment here, fearing being wrecked by the violent currents. You decide to load its cargo onto your own ship. We're just stealing crap from people now. That's kind of what's going on. We're sort of like pirates, only less cool. And we got that, and then we have a couple squares of this. I think that's there's 2 that go like that. So let's go ahead and into this current. That's a pirate. Yep, that certainly is a pirate, that one. And this goes like that, where we have another current and big trees all the way around. See, I wish you could paint these trees instead of having to draw them one at a time. But we're not going to mess with the pirate ship, because it's a pirate ship, and we're kind of nobodies right now. So we're not going to screw with that. Boop. And more currents. We can reach him, actually, as well. Maybe we'll do that. Cool. We can reach there. Very, very cool. This isn't on my list of things to do, but if we can do it, I mean, might as well, right? Got some flowery bushes, and got some land, and some more bushes. As you sail listening to the gulls overhead, you eventually encounter an unknown island. On it, you can see several well-populated villages. Apparently, the islands have been colonized. When you disembark, a tall old man who claims to be a weaver by trade greets you. He tells you that he made too many fishing flags to ship to Armoroad and offers you one. You try to compensate him, but he stubbornly refuses. When you ask why, he replies that he is happy to see it used by youth unfamiliar with his culture. You promise to him that you will treasure the gift and take it back to your ship to hoist it. Very nice. The large flag. That's an optional thing I didn't even remember we could really get. But we made a crap ton on Niter, so it all works out. There's one last thing to do. We need to use the foremast for it. It's a very expensive trip, but this is going to be very, very handy for us. So we're going to go ahead and do it. Now, with the foremast, as said, we move 2 squares instead of 1. So this is very tricky to count movement. So we did that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Then, hold on. That's the wrong thing. I'm dubious of you now. Yes, that was not the correct thing to do for this. That's very tricky. I didn't mess up. That was not correct. You press on through the endless sea as the scorching sun beats down on your ship. Burned and weary, you can't bear the thought of wearing your armor any longer. As you despondently gaze upon the beautiful blue waters, one word pops into your mind: swimming. Luckily, the sea is calm, making this the perfect time for a dip. As any potential dangers where it can beat the surface cannot hold back the temptation. You can choose to enjoy a swim in the water, or hold out and continue, avoiding any threat. Swim. Yes, sure. You decide that everyone needs a break once in a while, and strip off your armor. The cold salt water feels good on your burnt skin, and the lightly colored fish cheer your spirits. For a brief moment, you're able to forget your troubles and duties and simply relax. But when the party returns to the ship refreshed, you notice Heather has yet to return. Damn it, Heather! You all begin searching the area and see Heather pop out from the below. Okay, holding something. Upon closer inspection, you see it as a blade of giant kelp, which can grow as big as a whale. You tear off a piece of the seaweed and eat it, but you can't say it's tasty. However, it may come in handy. You load it onto the ship and take it with you. You're just eating everything. And we should just finish our journey, why not? We can do things, why not? Yes, this journey was supposed to have other things happen in it, but it happens. Now, we're not going to go that way, because that way is death. We are going to mark that it's death, though. So, we are aware in the future. Continuing your voyage, you notice the ocean ahead of you is glowing in a bluish light. The lit area, about the length of your ship, bobs eerily in the waves. It may be moving. It does not appear to be alive. But if it is, its size could make it a threat. You're unsure whether you should dive and investigate the glow, or play it safe and leave. Let's dive, why not? You lower Kira on a rope into the sea. Well, crap. Kira closes in on the glow, and you see that it genuinely is something glowing under the sea. But as Kira attempts to investigate further, the glowing object sinks to the ocean. Kira says as much after coming back on board, making this affair all the stranger. Very peculiar. But more fish. Cool. We're in a new part of the sea, so we get new fish, you see. See. Sorry. I'll stop. And there's a reef. And 2 more reef. That look like that. Let's just go this way. We'll go down. Why not? Oh, hello. This is awkward. What's this now? There's a lot of crap here that I forgot about. You listen to the waves as you approach Tortuga Island, also known as Skull Island. There are holes dug in the rock, obviously created by the hand of man. There may be some kind of ore left for you to mine, but it's possible nothing remains. You are free to attempt to mine the cliff before you if you wish. That was a weird sentence for me in my head. Mine the cliff? Eh, sure. After several hours of labor, you stop as your pickaxe strikes something in the rock. You inspect the area where you were digging and see a spot with a metallic glint. You chip away at the stone and find a layer of iron ore. You store the iron ore you mined into the ship and set sail from this area. Nifty! So I wanted to find another thing, but I don't know where it is. But we made a crap ton of money, so it all works out. Well, this was our first Seafaring video, and we did a lot, actually. A lot more than I thought we were going to get. Jesus! Well, I hope you guys had fun, and I will see you actually not next time, in just a second with the actual set. So, till then, okay? Out. Yes, this is a separate series from the regular thing, so I'm going to do an intro and an outro for everything. And then the actual set will have an intro and outro, too. It's all going to make sense in my head, so bear with me. It'll work. Promise.